All right, so I'm just jumping right into it. So this is what he told me. He told me, last part I left off was he told me that he may have gotten it from his baby's mom and how his girlfriend was mad too. At this point, I'm like, what the fuck, a girlfriend? A girlfriend? A baby's mom? Okay. Like, when the fuck did all this happen? But check this though. Even when I told him, after I told him originally that the doctors called me and they told me I needed to come in, and I had asked him at first and he denied it. He denied it profusely. And then he comes back apologizing and saying, oh, he may have gotten it from his baby's mom because his girlfriend was mad. I'm thinking to myself, damn, I'm thinking, how many bitches you fucking? This is what I'm thinking, okay? This is what I'm thinking. And at the same point, I'm just like, all right, regardless, we need to change some shit around, okay? So, mind you, in my whole adult life, this was the very first time I've ever experienced having an STD. This is the very first time, and it was the very last time. Make no mistake about it. The very first time that I ever had an STD was with this dude that I was fucking. So at this point, I go into the doctors. Okay. One of the most humbling experiences in my life. I go in, and of course, I see somebody who looks like my grandma. Okay. And I'm sitting down in the chair, and she tells me that, we tested she said, we're going to go ahead and test, everything that needs to be tested, right? Well, not everything. At this point, I'll put it like this. When I went to the clinic and I came in, this, of course, was after all of the testing. I had the whole, whatever, all of the panels, everything that can be tested for. I think they have an STD panel that you can get tested for. Okay. But at this time, I'm in the clinic. I come across this woman who looks like my grandma. She's sitting there and she's talking to me and she's scolding me, okay? I almost felt like my grandma jumped into her body to cuss me the fuck out. Because she scolded me and I let it happen because I was just like, I don't understand how I could have allowed this to happen and how I could have been so irresponsible and so reckless in my decision making that regardless of what his answers were, I should have made sure that I was protected at all times. Okay, but I didn't. And because of that, now I'm here in this situation. And so the one part that I did leave out was not only did I test positive for gonorrhea and chlamydia, it was also BV. So they told me, and they had tested, y'all, without going too much into it, they took a swabbing of my mouth, they took a swabbing of my vagina, they took a swabbing of my rectum, okay? So you guys, without going into detail, can pick up what I'm putting down. We were reckless in a whole, our physical relationship, we were doing all types of stuff, okay? Not with other people, but we were doing all types of stuff, okay? And so I'm sitting here and I'm being scolded by this woman. She was an older woman. And I just let it happen because I just felt so low at that point. I felt like I should have known better. I felt like I should have moved differently. I felt like I shouldn't have been so trusting, you know what I'm saying, of this particular individual. So she gave me this pill. The pill was so damn big because she said that she wanted to knock it out. Because she said that I tested positive in these 3 areas. I didn't even know that was even possible, meaning like you can test positive for chlamydia in 3 different areas. I thought it was the same strain, but I stood corrected, okay? So here I am sitting, and I'm taking this big ass motherfucking pill, y'all. And after she done cussed me out, anybody who got island parents, shit, don't have to be island parents. My parents are from the islands. After they cuss you out, they come at you wanting to cook food. It may not just be a strictly island thing, but she saw what I was going through emotionally, and so she gave me the pill, and y'all, I cried. I cried it up in that motherfucking chair because I was so disappointed in myself and in my behavior, y'all. I can't stress that enough. But here I am taking this big ass pill because she told me that it needs to be big enough to knock it out, but we want to keep an eye on you because some people tend to have allergic reactions to this type of medication. So we want to make sure that you're good. So she checked on me within like a half hour and stuff like that. So I was good. I was good after a half hour, after I picked up my self-esteem off the floor. And my pride off the floor, And so I was out, and she basically, before I went out, the one woman who looked like my grandma said, "Don't leave without this, and I don't want to see you back up in this clinic." And she said, she packed something up. She said, "I got some just for you, baby." That's exactly what she said. Before I left, she said, "I got some just for you, baby." So I leave out the clinic and I open the package, or I open the bag, and in the bag is like all these different assortments of different types of condoms. So, and I kind of chuckled to myself because I really felt like that was my grandma, y'all. I really did, but I was just like, okay. So that's what happened. But after me taking the medication, y'all, I ended up getting, what was it? Yeast infection. So I got a yeast infection from the medication that I had to take. So I had to take medication for the yeast infection, and then I had to take another pill for the pill that they gave me for the yeast infection because I had an allergic reaction to that. So it was just like boom, 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 boom. Okay? So it was just like multiple, it was a lot of multiple happenings. Okay? Now, mind you, while all of this is happening and I'm telling the guy that he needs to go get tested, and he says, "Oh, okay, I'll go ahead and get tested," he was still trying to fuck. That's when I was just like, okay, I think this dude may have an addiction. This is what was going through my head. I think this dude may have an addiction. Okay, I'm going to see you on the other side.